brother. Do you hear the bells? Do you hear the bells, Mikey?
Silver bell.
Howdy, howdy, ho.
Ho!
Welcome back to the Brinx Hearse podcast. My name is Ryan McNeil.
Michael Frieri.
And it is time to rewind on 2025 and see what's in the mix for 2026. Our year-end recap of the past year. We even do it. What was our first one, Mike? We recapped 2024, if I'm not mistaken. 2025 and hold on, do it 20. This is the third one, I believe, isn't it? So?
I think we've done 2023.
I think we did 2023 because we definitely handed out awards to Oppenheimer.
Yes, I think we.
So
did
this is the third end of year recap we've done.
Oh no, we did 2022. We did 2022. That was our first one.
Look
We
at that,
did it
then.
in the old Oaktown.
Oh, that's right. We were sitting in
camera.
Oaktown with the mics. No camera yet. That's right. So this is the fourth year we've been recapping
The biggest
the previous
episode
year.
of the year. It's in the beginning of the year, but you get it. It's at the end.
And it's up there with the best. It's up there with the best, ladies.
The only award show that counts, folks. Welcome to the BTie.
It's the BTies.
The BTies.
Yes. End of year recap. We look ahead to see what else we got, and I watched a little bit of last year's recap.
I always watch it. Just
and I almost texted you when I was watching the last year's recap of 2024. I almost texted you. We may be the two dumbest men in America, because some of our predictions for the upcoming year, some of the things we were anticipating.
Look, man,
and
anticipations are always bad.
Just some of the banter, but that's why we do this, so we can look back and see what we were excited for, and maybe it panned out, maybe it didn't. Sometimes these movies don't even fucking release. So, we just have to wait and see. And, let's start off. Let's rewind. Be kind and rewind. Let's take a look back at 2025, Mikey. What are we going to start with?
All right, well, folks, first, we do like get into
Can we acknowledge Mikey's cute little book?
Look at this little guy. So, we like to start with the best show. Then we get down in the depths. And then we build back up. So, since obviously we talk mostly about movies, we start off with show.
Yeah.
Best show. Do you have a best show? I know both of us we've kind of slowed down on the show scene.
We have. The BTie Challenge has taken up most of my free time.
True.
But for show, I went with, if we're throwing them out now, I'll throw out Abbott Elementary has continued to be a great show and has continued to have another great season. So Abbott Elementary has been very consistent and continued to be great into 2025.
So I've seen a few that came, like 3 that came out. So they all made an honorable mention at least. So, but they're all great shows. I haven't seen a bad show this year. Honorable mentions go out to Invincible's new season and The Paper. I thoroughly enjoyed The Paper.
Okay, nice.
And my winner, he did it again, folks. Vince Gilligan is back with Pluribus. Very different.
I've heard about it.
But still very, very great. It's a slow burn, but it's made so well. John Cena makes a cameo.
Oh,
Ryan, do you remember what your best show last year was?
Oh, good God. I don't know. What was it?
WWE.
Yes, that's right. Because you didn't write this down in the rundown.
But it works. It works.
No. But I was going to say, we do best show. We just did best show. I was about to say, we have to acknowledge worst show. And the worst show of 2025 was World Wrestling Entertainment's weekly broadcast of Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown.
Yeah.
Terrible. Just a terrible year we're in. This is the Ruthless Depression era. Just the selling out, the advertisements, TKO, the Saudis. Nothing makes sense anymore. Like Drew McIntyre got a belt ring. CM Punk has the belt now, and it feels
Hey, Drew's got the belt again, though. I kind of like that.
I like it too, but shouldn't it feel like it means more than what it feels like right now?
Yeah, it's just like kind of was thrown in there on SmackDown.
It just kind of happened, and he got it by escaping a cage. I don't know. So, so there's a lot of going on, and they just haven't built off of what they've needed to. And I mean, Triple H quickly went from the guy who I claimed was saving WWE to, man, I don't know.
I think he's the plague.
He's definitely part of the plague right now.
But you know what? I watched one of the documentaries that they started putting out, And in the showroom, he is making the right calls. Like I remember him saying, "Oh, he thinks Punk is the obvious winner for the Royal Rumble," and it ended up being Jey Uso. And it was the people around him that convinced him otherwise. So I think his initial thoughts are in the right place. Maybe he just needs to be a little more assertive.
Okay.
But he's the face of everything right now, so he takes all the blame.
Yeah, you take the heat. You take the heat.
It is what it is. But anyway,
but that's my worst show.
The worst show. Yeah, I guess I'll just say the same. But
yeah.
Before we get into this, I'm just gonna throw it in there because I consume a lot of media, and I think my favorite medium is video games. So in case anyone's interested, I'm gonna throw in my game of the year.
Please.
My game of the year is Expedition 33. And games right now are just so much more than just a game. There's acting and compelling story, and obviously great gameplay. And Expedition 33 hits all that. I think it's one of the greatest stories, and it has one of the most compelling characters I've ever experienced in my entire media going.
Wow.
So obviously it's a difficult, notoriously difficult game. I do think there's an easy mode. I don't know how easy it is, but if anyone was interested, I would highly recommend. But and a close second is Hades 2, in case anyone's interested. Anyway, moving on. So
they gotta shout them out.
We start in the depths now, ladies and gentlemen. Our worst movie of 2025. Ryan, take it away.
So it's rare now where, our worst movie of the previous year was a film about a vampire, which I think we each talked about extensively, and neither of us want to talk about anymore. This is a movie where the worst movie I watched this year, I gave it 2 stars, but I loved it. I loved every second of this movie. And I spoke a bit of it in our BTie Challenge episode as well. This was A Newport Christmas. This was a direct-to-TV Christmas movie, Hallmark or Lifetime, I do not recall, but hits the beats of those movies, and it is.
It's the BTies of those movies.
It's the BTies. It gets a BTie right now. This movie.
Here's your BTie. Ryan's worst movie.
I can hand it to them in person. It was
with
filmed
an
in my own state.
Maybe not that bad.
Yes, and it's one of the it involves time travel, which you always want out of your Christmas rom-com movies. It involves time travel. And it was cool seeing it filmed in a place I go to very regularly, and I don't know, it was just it's a Hallmark movie. Like, what you're getting out of it. It's convoluted, it's silly, but it's fun. It's a good time, and it overcomplicates itself. But I mean, you laugh at how low budget it is, but it's like I could watch it right now. It's one of those movies, like, it's just a good time. So, A Newport Christmas.
My worst movie, it's the Fantastic Four. And I've seen other MCU movies this year, so it's obviously, it's not just the fact that it's MCU. Like, I have Thunderbolts somewhere in there. I have Captain America right behind this movie, actually. But Fantastic Four, First Steps. Wow. I hate this thing, dude. I hate this thing. I didn't like this like style they were doing, like this like 60s, like, neo style. I don't know what you would call it. I think everyone, except for the Thing, because, one, he's a cool guy, and two, how can you miscast the Thing, is all miscast. I don't like any of the castings at all. I actually think Sue Storm is horrible.
Wow.
Vanessa Kirby, terrible. Terrible. It's just, man, what happened, dude? We were all so hopeful. Then we heard there's reshoots, and then, oh crap. Here we go.
And I think a lot of people got excited for it in the sense of also, like, first of all, we've never really had a great Fantastic Four movie, so people were hoping for that. But also, it seemed like because of the 60s setting, it might exist in a vacuum. It might be not too preoccupied with other MCU stuff, but it sounds like it was. I have friends who said it was just a snooze fest.
It it definitely stood alone on its in its own essence, I guess. But it was.
You don't like the essence.
It was just terrible. Oh my gosh. Anyway, now we go to our most disappointing movie, Ryan.
Mm, mm.
What movie were you excited for in a way, and just was extremely let down? It doesn't have to be like a terrible movie, but it's like,
Yeah, this was one that an honorable mention first for a movie called Oh What Fun. It was an straight to Amazon Christmas movie. Like I was probably the only person who had high expectations for this
Is
movie
that the one with
because
Mark Wahlberg?
no, this one has Michelle Pfeiffer, Dennis
Oh.
Leary. It has the kid from The Holdovers in it.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's got a who else? Oh my God, what's her name?
Dominic Sessa. He's playing Anthony Bourdain.
The woman from Rogue One. I forget her name, the actress's name, but she is in this movie as well. This was a really solid cast.
Felicity Jones, I think her name is.
Yes, yeah, Felicity, yeah. And it was fun. It was a fun movie. I just thought from the trailers it was gonna and ads was gonna have a little more edge to it. But my most disappointing movie, I will give it up to, is it was disappointing in the sense of as the movie went on. And in the BTie Teenage Challenge, I referenced how Happy Gilmore 2, the first half is great, and the first half like really got my hopes up because like I thought it was like it's a stupid movie, obviously, but the second half it makes it way stupider. It makes it way too silly. Like it doesn't feel like the same movie as the first. So that one was disappointing in how it showed its potential and then didn't realize it. So that's my most disappointing. How about you?
Mine is Mickey 17.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, like, if it did, like, this is his move. This is Bong Joon-ho's movie following up Parasite, dude.
Yeah.
You got. I mean, if it doesn't stick the landing in any count, it's gonna be a little disappointing. And I actually, this is a fine movie. I think. I gave it like a 3-star. I don't know. Like I like Rob Pattinson in it a lot. I don't like any like the comedic beats. I don't find this movie particularly funny, and it tries to be. I don't like. I actually really dislike Mark Ruffalo's kind of like obviously over the top performance. I think he's like pretty bad. And I just don't like the story. I think it had a cool concept, and I think it could have went in so many different ways, and I just don't like the way it went here.
I don't disagree with like Mark Ruffalo's performance was over the top. It
I
definitely
know
could
it's
have been toned
supposed to
down.
be, but
Yeah,
I
like
just don't.
he did exactly what he was told to
I
do.
don't
Yeah.
like it.
Yeah, no, yeah, and I think like I'll probably mention this movie a little later too. Like the concept is tremendous, and like the first like 20 minutes, I think when he's like explaining like his lives rather,
Yeah.
like I think that stuff's really really interesting. I think it drags though. Like it's not
Yeah.
like this movie could have been at least half an hour shorter, and not like just half an hour at the end, like half an hour throughout. Like there's just little bits and pieces where it definitely could have been moving a lot quicker. Tonally, it worked for me with all that stuff, but I can understand that, especially when you look at what the director's capable of. This one could come off disappointing.
Yeah, like Bong Joon-ho has 2 types of movies. He has like a Parasite type movie, like the serious kind of like Memories of Murder. What I don't know, I'm blanking. And then you have like these like kind of campiness movies, Mickey 17, Okja. I just don't like those movies. I just don't like. I didn't really like Okja that much. Yeah,
that's okay.
Anyway, Mickey 17 is my answer.
Nice. Now is it most surprising?
Most surprising.
Positivity. A little positivity we got.
Now we're coming up. We're coming up, folks. A movie that maybe we kind of had not really that much interest in, and we were like, wow, this is not bad.
Yeah. Honorable mention. I like Superman a lot more than I thought I was. But at the end of the day, it's Superman. It should be a good movie, right?
Yeah.
But we've seen them fuck it up. But I enjoy Superman quite a bit more than I thought I would. But my winner here is Wake Up Dead Man, the Rian Johnson movie, a movie in the Knives Out series. And as I've talked on this podcast before, really not big on Knives Out. I never saw Glass Onion, but the first Knives Out movie just really didn't do it for me. And I know a lot of people who love that first Knives Out movie. So going into this one, I was like, I'll give it another shot. You know, it's that Ryan Johnson mystery again, but let's see. And it you know, really, I thought it was a great murder mystery.
Yeah.
My expectations weren't tremendously high based off of my experience with Knives Out, but I mean, I really liked how all of it played out, and I had no issues with it. It was a really fun murder mystery.
You know, I actually I thought about putting that for this category because of the same exact reasons.
Yeah.
This is my favorite of those three movies. Like Glass Onion is not great, and Knives Out is just like okay to me, and I really enjoyed this movie. But I'll get into that a little more later on. But my most surprising is the new Pixar movie Elio. For some, I saw the trailer this time. I'm like, this looks fun, and like everyone else is like, this is stupid. This looks so mediocre. And I'm like, people complain about Disney for giving these sequels, and then they put out some original content.
Yeah, Elio,
and
Elemental.
Now we're gonna like hate on it, like.
Yeah.
And I thought it was actually great. Something that I really like about this movie is the protagonist, the little kid, is something that you don't see a lot of movies these days. And he's like a bad, troubled kid. Like he's not a bad kid. He's not like evil or anything. He's just like
he's a troublemaker.
His parents are, I think they're dead or something like that, and he I forget the reason why he's living with his like aunt.
The way you said it.
And yeah, so he like acts out as a kid who can't handle these types of emotions, and I think that's really interesting. And it's a fun little space adventure where he doesn't have any friends, and he finds a friend and a world that he can actually kind of connect to. So nice. I really enjoyed Elio.
Nice.
All right, folks. We're doing a little different order this year. I feel like our superlatives kind of give away our top 5. So we're just going to do superlative, or I mean, our top 5 gives away the superlatives. So we're going to do the superlatives first. And then, because my superlatives are pretty spread out among my top 5.
Mine are nah.
Okay. Anyway, we're gonna do the superlatives first. We're gonna start with supporting actor. Ryan, take it away.
The honorable mentions: Adam Sandler was very good in Jay Kelly, the George Clooney Netflix movie that came out. He was very good in that. Josh Brolin in Wake Up Dead Man, I thought gave a good performance. Daniel Craig, always as good as Benoit Blanc. He's my favorite part of those movies. Yeah. Benicio del Toro in One Battle After Another gave a very good performance.
Oh, yes.
And Jacob Elordi as the creature in Frankenstein. Like, really, like he would have been my pick if not for Sean Penn in One Battle After Another.
That's my winner as well.
Yeah, and it's the consensus from everybody I've talked about. This performance is just enigmatic.
I think it's one of the greatest performances I've ever witnessed.
It's tremendous. Like, that character, you just like it's the perfect combo of writing and performance. Like
down to the way he walks, the way he sits in a chair, the way he speaks to people. Like, it's just
and fantastic. He does so good at being, like, he's obviously this terrible, terrible person, but like he shows like such vulnerability when he wants to be in the racist society.
Yes. I
and like
feel a little bad for him sometimes. It's weird.
Like when he's lobbying and trying to be like, when he's like he wants something so bad, but like at the same time he's this terrible, terrible like authoritarian police figure, and it's this fascinating. Like, they captured that so well, like all the different sides of this guy.
When he is at the end when they take him to his office, and he's like, "Oh, wait right here. I'm gonna go get the keys," and he's just kind of like, he's just like sitting, his like hands are clapping, like he's clasped together. And he's just like looking around. He's like, I almost feel like a little happy for her. I don't know. It's so strange to say. Like,
that's a good performance though. Like, just the little things. It's all those little things that he captures very, very well.
He finally got what he wanted after just doing unspeakable things, and
it's
strange. Anyway,
Yeah.
that's my winner as well. I just want to throw out my honorable mentions and we can move
Yeah, go
on.
for it.
I also have Jacob Elordi. I also have Benicio del Toro. I also have Michael Cera in the Phoenician Scheme as
Oh, yeah,
Bjorn.
yeah. Bjorn.
And then I have Jack O'Connell in Sinners.
Oh, yeah, good pick. Good
Yeah.
pick. I should have thrown him in there. He was fantastic.
Yeah, he was great.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, let's move on to our supporting actress.
Okay.
Take it away,
The only
Ryan.
honorable mention I threw out here, this is where we kind of get into the weeds with supporting versus lead and stuff also.
Yeah, I had a little trouble. I just went. I had to look at what the Golden Globes considered.
Okay,
yeah.
I should have done that.
So,
but for my honorable mention, I threw Haley Steinfeld from Sinners in there.
She's one of my honorable mentions as well.
Yeah, she was great. But my winner I gave to Teyana Taylor from One Battle After Another, who played Perfidia at the start of the film.
Oh, yes.
Okay. And I think like she's only in the movie 20 to 30 minutes maybe, and you remember her throughout it. Like she gives a very
she's a character that leaves like she's in for such a short amount of time, but she leaves a very lasting impact on the rest of the movie.
Exactly. And she gave a great performance. You believe everything she does because it's a wild character, but nothing feels out of the ordinary. And I'd also this isn't so much performance, but how she was written now. I like how it's just she got into her witness protection thing, but then she goes on the run, and that's it. Like there's no coming back to that. It's a sentence with a comma, not a period. Like I really liked how they handled it.
I was actually so surprised that was she just didn't show up again.
Yeah, it was just it was that letter at the very end, but
because
she
is such a predominant part of that first act, you know.
Yeah, and I think, like you said, the fact like you remember her throughout the entire movie, and like they talk about her throughout the entire movie, especially to her daughter, the way you would think, like as if it's like this character that was in this whole other movie before this, like a character we've known for years, but it was a character that we've only known for like 20 minutes, but it works because I think the performance is that good. So Teyana Taylor for me.
My honorable mentions go to Mia. I'm just gonna say Thrapleton, who is the daughter in the Phoenician Scheme. Haley Steinfeld as well, and then Emily Blunt in the Smashing Machine, and then my winner is Odessa Azion in Marty Supreme. She she's like in the very first scene, and she just kind of like obviously Timothée Chalamet kind of steals the show, but like when she's in it, she has such like a gravitational pull, and she's fantastic, and she kind of like Marty, the character Marty, and Timothy's performance is so like over the top and kind of engulfing you, but she kind of like stands toe to toe with him in a way, and it's like in her own right. The characters are different, but they kind of act the same way, and she puts on this performance that matches him so well, and it's great.
Nice.
Now we got lead actress. I don't have any honorable mentions because there's only one lead actress in all these movies except for Thunderbolt, which is not gonna get anything going for it. But I believe we have the same. I picture we have the same answer.
I think so. My only honorable mention is Julia Garner in Weapons. I thought was very good as the lead there.
So
your
Chase
lead
Infinity,
actress?
your
yes, okay. Chase Infinity. Yes, great performance, and that was one where I was thinking of where I almost put her in supporting, but I was like, no, she's the lead. She's the lead actress.
That's the one where I had to look up what the Golden Globes consider, but I'm like, there's like scenes without Leo that she's lead of the show, the movie. It
never drags with her.
She was great. My favorite scenes of the entire movie are with her and Sean Penn.
Yeah.
When they finally, when they come face to face, and it's like funny and it's disturbing and scary and gross.
It's
when they get the results of the test, and Sean Penn did a great job explaining what we got to look out for in this test.
Yes.
So thank you, Lockjaw. All right. And when they find out it lines up, she's actually your daughter. She gives a look. She looks at it, and it's less of a look of fear, like a fear of this guy's gonna kill me. It's more of a look of disgust. Like, I can't believe I'm this guy's daughter, you know? And I thought it was played so well. I also love when she's like walking up to him. You know how like when they first come face to face, he's like on this throne almost all the way away from her, and she's like walking towards her. She's like gives this like stone cold look. Like, she is killing it, Chase Infinity.
She is, and theatrical debut as well.
Yes,
absolutely, absolutely tremendous performance, and yeah, very believable. Like all the stuff with her at the high school with the kids, and then she goes to I thought all the stuff with the nuns that shoot guns was awesome. So, no, a great performance. So yeah, Chase Infinity, very bright actress.
Yeah, fantastic.
Future.
Loved it.
All right, and now best actor.
Lead actor. Go ahead, Ryan.
Honorable mentions. I have George Clooney and Jake Kelly. He's basically playing himself, but there's a lot of good introspective
stuff. Does he play a president?
There. He does not play the president in this one, unfortunately. I had Jeremy Allen White as Bruce Springsteen as an honorable mention here.
I totally forgot that movie came out.
It was. I'm a big Springsteen guy, and I thought he did a really solid job. Especially when his singing impression of him is spot on.
Really?
Yeah, like the singing voice, he does a tremendous job at, and it does feel like for the most part, I'm watching Springsteen. He touches his face a lot. He's got the speaking voice down pretty well, and so I thought that he was very good.
I can kind of picture, picturing how Jeremy Allen White's voice sounds. I can picture him kind of singing like Springsteen. So,
yeah,
that's good.
And my last honorable mention, Leonardo DiCaprio in One Battle After Another was fantastic.
Yep.
My winner, though.
As well.
What's up?
Well, I said one of my honorables as well. Excuse me.
Okay. My winner, Michael B. Jordan in Sinners. Yeah, two fantastic performances in the same movie, and like we said in our previous video, where a lot of times when one actor plays multiple characters, it's just kind of a gimmick thing, and you don't really they're two characters that really aren't that different. This is such a good job at, like, they're brothers and they feel like brothers. There's subtleties, like they're different people.
There's a point where in the movie where you kind of forget that it's just Michael B. Jordan again. Like, you think they're actual twins playing. Like,
you're not even thinking, and that also is a testament to the visual effects team and how seamless they made everything with that. They have him hand cigarettes to himself, and these moving shots and everything was tremendous. So I thought Michael B. Jordan was absolutely fantastic in this, and because he has to do a lot. Obviously, he does a lot of heavy lifting in this. He's in basically every scene. Yeah.
Yeah, it really is he's one of my honorable mentions, but never mind. I'm not gonna say it because it's gonna give away something. But anyway, I love Michael B. Jordan's performance. Anyway, my other honorable mentions go out to Josh O'Connor in Wake Up Dead Man. I loved this performance, and I love his character was my favorite part about the show or the movie. With his, grapple with faith and all that stuff. And then a very close second in my race is Benicio del Toro in The Phoenician Scheme. I thought he was fantastic.
He was very good. He was very, very good.
Anyway, my winner, probably I'm going to say the Oscar winner. I'm going to make that prediction is Timbuktu Shalashu playing Martini Supremi.
I've heard that from a lot of people. I didn't get around to Marty Supreme, so that's the big asterisk with my rankings right now. But
of course,
I've heard from a lot of people. Mr. Chalamet's got it in the bag this year.
Yeah. I think with this one, I almost have to think about his Critics' Choice Awards speech last year. Do you remember that one where he said, "I'm really in the pursuit of greatness"? Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And this whole movie is about Marty Supreme pursuing greatness in, ping pong, and just trucking over everybody who gets in his way. And, you have to think about that, This is Timothée Chalamet showing us his greatness through Marty Supreme showing his own greatness, you almost, even with Marty Supreme as the character, it's inspiring in how he pursues greatness, but it's inspiring seeing Timothée Chalamet, seeing he's really going at it here, he says he wants no conversation whatsoever about no room, no wiggle room. He is it. He's the next man coming,
Oh, he's here.
He's here. And he's playing Willy Wonka in Wonka 2. No, I'm just kidding.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, oh my gosh, man. And obviously it helps that he is the whole movie. The movie is him. Mm-hmm. And yeah, it was. He's charming, but he's a scumbag, and you kind of you as the viewer kind of get sick of him. But you kind of like him. It's very strange. He's not a good guy, but he's very charming, and it's played so well.
No, it's definitely on towards the top of the watch list. It's and I mean it's nearly a 3-hour movie, correct?
Yes, but it damn near flies. It damn near flies.
That's what I've heard, though. It's not like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's, what is it? 150 minutes. So what? That's 2.5 hours.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Anyway,
okay, now we move on to
our
director.
Best director. Yes, sir. I got quite a few honorable. Well, 4 honorable mentions.
I do. Let's both our honorable mentions first. I have Guillermo del Toro for Frankenstein, a movie he's been wanting to make his whole life, practically, and massive physical sets and tremendous Gothic architecture, and he captures the Gothic tone and the tone of Frankenstein, I think, perfectly. And Ryan Coogler for Sinners, just a fantastic original film from him. So those are my 2 honorable mentions I'm throwing out there.
I got Ryan Coogler as well, and then I also have Josh Safdie for Marty Supreme, Wes Anderson for The Phoenician Scheme. I also have Rian Johnson for Wake Up Dead Man.
Okay.
And our winner is unanimously Paul Thomas Anderson.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I don't know. You take it away. Take it away.
Paul Thomas Anderson for me is. Let me look up his movies, because they've always been kind of, I don't want to say hit or miss with me, but they're one of his big ones is There'll Be Blood, which I like. I think it's fine.
I love There'll Be Blood.
It didn't grab me for some reason, but a movie like that, like Punch Drunk Love, I like a lot.
Yeah.
So it's, I don't know. He has such a wide array of what he can do.
I also really like The Master.
The Master, yeah. I didn't know exactly what tone we were going for here, and I think he captures it very, very well. There is a manic nature to this movie, especially when Leo's on the run. So many of those sequences where he's getting help from Del Toro, 40 minutes of the movie go by in the blink of an eye. This movie absolutely flies by for a movie of its length, and that's a testament to him. He keeps the thing moving, and there's a tremendous balance with just all of the different moving parts and ideas that he's trying to balance, and it was fantastic.
Yeah, something that sticks out to me is the car chase scene. I think was phenomenal at the end. And I just love the way it was put together with the winding roads, and we're cutting back and forth to each of them. I also like Leonardo DiCaprio's driving this way, and then one car's driving this way, and he's kind of just like, what the hell is that? And then another guy goes like, what the hell is that? And just I think that's put together so well. I really like how, maybe this is more of a writing aspect, but I like how, like I said, the first act and the rest of the movie, it's very different, but they play into each other. It plays into each other so well.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like the movie would be. It could happen the same way in those last few acts, if the first act was different, but how it is and it's like they both amplify each other.
Mm-hmm.
Especially upon rewatch.
Yeah.
I rewatched this, like a few days ago. So like that first act is definitely like even like cooler seeing it in rewatch. And I don't know. I don't really know what the hell you attribute to the director except for everything.
Yeah, and it's a movie it's that good. It's tremendous. So it was unanimous once again. So Paul Thomas Anderson, here's your award.
Here is your BTie.
I gotta make a spreadsheet of all the BTies.
Yeah, we
year
do.
by year.
Let's go back.
See if we have any multi-year winners.
All right, folks, we are at our final of the 2025. Oh wow, we're only 35 minutes in. Whew. We're at our top 5. I'm going to start off with my top 10 for honorable mentions here, Ryan. I suggest you do the same if you have 10 movies. I don't know if
Hold on. Well, I recall before. Okay, yeah, well, we can do that. Yeah. No, yeah, let's do this now. I was thinking we'll do like anticipated of last year with when we do it for next year's, right? We can do
that now, I guess, as like a little wrap up.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do that now.
Okay.
I like it. Ryan, I have yours and you have mine, I presume?
I have the list of your most anticipated movies of 2025 from last year.
Excellent. So we're gonna start from the bottom for you here. I'm gonna put you in the hot seat.
Okay.
Mickey 17 was your number 5. How did that go for you, Ryan?
I watched it last night. I liked it. I liked it. I thought it was fun. Yeah, and like I agree with you. It could have been a lot better, but I enjoyed it quite a bit.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, like coming off Parasite, you can't be anything else but
you got to view it in a vacuum. You got to think like just some guy directed it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but like some guy didn't direct it.
I know.
Anyway,
I know.
Number 4 was The Bride. It didn't come out.
It didn't come out. Comes out in March.
6 or 6. Geez. 3 was Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein. What are your full thoughts on, or maybe not full thoughts if it's in your list, but
fantastic. Absolutely loved it.
I really enjoyed
I'm surprised it was only 3 on my list though. I thought it would have been higher for me in anticipation, but
I think because you do not usually like Guillermo del Toro's movies. Is that correct?
I think I just haven't seen much.
Oh. Well, maybe because you haven't seen much, you don't know what you're getting into.
I didn't know what to base off of, but fantastic. So that one panned out. I'm 2 for 2 on ones that have panned out.
I love Frankenstein. Is it? Never mind. I'm not gonna.
We'll get into it. Yeah.
Okay. Number 2 was Zootopia 2. Did you see that?
Didn't see it.
Yeah, me neither. Unfortunately, I did want to see that though. And number 1 was Mission Impossible.
I did see it and enjoyed it quite a lot. Yep. So, yeah, I think 3 out of 4 from what was released this year I was able to see, and I think worked out. I'm happy with my anticipated right there.
Okay.
Good. Now, Mikey, you had some honorable mentions.
Oh, I did. Okay.
Now, keep in mind these were movies you were excited for.
Okay.
Captain America, the new one. I don't even remember what it was called.
Brave New World, I think.
Brave New World.
Yeah,
yes,
look, man,
I believe that is.
The trailer gave off vibes of like a Winter Soldier type vibes, like know, obviously fitting Captain America, but it was. I thought it was gonna be a return to form, just like I have with all these movies. Since
I wrote down a quote you said in the episode where you said you think it's going to be a return to grounded Marvel.
See. Yes, and in a way it was, but it just wasn't good.
It just wasn't good. Okay, that's all that. See, that's the best way to put it.
Okay.
One of your honorable mentions was Elio.
Yes, and that was a surprise pick for me here. So.
Superman.
Yeah, I enjoyed Superman. I can't say I'm excited for anything except for Batman down the line in this universe still. Superman was just like a fine kickoff, I think. I have zero desire to see Supergirl, actually. I think I'm just gonna skip it. Yeah, it was fine. I do really like The actor who plays Superman, David Corn Sweat.
Corn and Sweat or something. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Corn Fritters. Corn Sweat.
Fritters.
I really think he was great. I don't like Nicholas, I like Nicholas Hoult. I don't like Lex Luthor in this.
Yeah, it was and I think we'll probably get into some more of this when we talk about it more in depth. But it was my big thing. I was watching it and I was like, it's just generic rich bad guy villain kind of. Like it didn't feel like he had the intelligence or the kind of the demeanor of Lex Luthor that I was looking for. He didn't seem like cold and calculating. He seemed more like manic when that didn't hit how I wanted to. But that's why it was an honorable mention. You were just,
and I also think a lot of the visuals kind of looked bad. But
it was very James Gunn. For better or worse. But your last honorable mention was the live action Lilo and Stitch.
I didn't see it.
Number 5, the Minecraft movie.
I mean, look, some of my most anticipated movies. It's not because I think they're gonna be great. It's just like let's see.
It's a matter of curiosity. It's a matter of curiosity.
And actually,
did you see it?
I did.
I think
the Minecraft movie was a fine movie for what it is.
Yeah.
It pulls a lot from Napoleon Dynamite, I feel like, which is strange.
It's the same director, right?
Oh, is it? Oh,
it's the same director.
Oh, okay. Look at me.
Yeah.
I just picked that out from my brain. But yeah,
to be a detective,
which I thought was cool. I actually really like. I don't like when they get into the Minecraft world. I like the story. I thought there was something more that could have been done with like just the regular world, and I maybe just cut out Minecraft entirely and just tell the story.
That's when you felt that Napoleon Dynamite elements a lot right there.
Yeah, like tell the story of this like bright kid who like comes across like these like weird companions, like Jason Momoa in an arcade store. It was cool, but I didn't like the Minecraft part of the Minecraft movie. And also, there is like an actual, Minecraft isn't just a thing, survival Minecraft isn't just a thing where you hop in and do whatever and for ad nauseum. There's an end to Minecraft. And there's like a thing you go to the end and you slay the Ender Dragon. The end is like a dimension. They did not do that. They made this weird witch character in the Nether, and it made no sense. But yeah, there was like a story that they could have done.
Okay.
Maybe they're saving that for sequels, but
maybe.
Yeah, but yeah, it was what I expected, but there was actually something that I think could have happened there that could have been special.
Okay. Number 4, you had Zootopia 2. You did not see. Number 3, Fantastic Four. You made your thoughts known. And Mickey 17, which you also made your thoughts known. Disappointed in the film. This was the second time it appeared on your most anticipated list because it did not get released the first go around.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. And number 1, winner, winner, chicken dinner. Karate Kid Legends.
It was a lot of fun. I love Karate Kid, so you can't hate. You can't hate on a kid.
No, I'm not hating.
Who loves Karate Kid?
Yeah.
I am very hopeful with I think this list is a lot better this year than it has been.
Your most anticipated next year. Okay. Let's finish up our 2025. How many films do you finish with this year, Mike?
I have 20 on the dot.
I got 16.
Okay, look at that.
Yeah.
Obviously there's more that I wish I could see. I wanted to see maybe like some shout outs of what I wanted to see. I wanted to see The Mastermind with Jack O'Connor again. And it's directed by Kelly Reichardt. That looked pretty good. I wanted to see a little movie called Boys Go to Jupiter. And that's like this like really cool animated movie. It's like like people are clay. But not like clay, like they're literal, like they look like a kid put together Play-Doh, and that looked cool. And Sentimental Value seemed like it's getting a lot of buzz at the award scene, so I hope to see it before the Oscars.
Okay. My big one is Marty Supreme. I have not seen. And there'll be some more of those movies that win some awards, and people start to talk about them again, and I'll keep my eye out for those. But Marty Supreme's the big one right
And
now.
Avatar happened.
What?
What?
What about Avatar?
It happened.
Oh, it did happen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good for them. Good for them. I'm gonna run through some of my honorable mentions before I get to my top five.
I also do want to see Weapons, but go ahead.
There was not a movie I saw this year that I did not like. Doesn't mean they were all good,
Okay.
but I like them all.
That's great.
So,
that's great.
Yeah. Newport Christmas, Happy Gilmore, Oh What Fun. Talked about all those already. I watched The Naked Gun, fun spoof movie. The kind of the remake with Liam Neeson. Spoof movies getting to that point with me where like it's really fun and inventive for about 20 minutes, and then it gets kind of old for me. So it's like you got to keep the viewer engaged with a lot of new jokes and stuff. So Thunderbolts I enjoyed, thought it was solid. Phoenician Scheme I liked a lot. Mickey 17 I liked a lot. Weapons I thought was really good. Weapons was really interesting. It had a lot of there was a big allegory in it that they don't like hammer over your head a lot, which makes it really interesting.
I've heard about that.
Yeah, and I think it strikes a really good tone and kind of a hysteria, and it does a similar thing where there's a point in the movie that they get to, and then you see how multiple characters got to that point. So similar.
What do you think? Is this too scary of a movie for me?
No. I think you can handle this. Yeah.
Okay.
There's some gore in it, I will say.
I don't care.
That's out of nowhere, but I don't think it'll really get under your skin or anything.
A lot of gore in Frankenstein.
There was, yeah. There was even
like, ripped the fur off the wolf. Woo!
There was even some of when he was assembling the body stuff, and even just like some of the noises, like when he's doing this with the hands. Like there was some stuff even I was like, it's a little, because it's realistic.
I actually it got to like I'm usually fine with gore, but like that scene when he's like fighting the wolves, I had to look away.
Number 8, I had I wasn't listing them; these are honorable mentions, but they are in order. Jay Kelly was a really cool movie, very very good. Wake Up Dead Man, and then at number 6, On the Outside Looking In, Springsteen, Deliver Me from Nowhere was a really good time.
My honorable mentions starting at number 10. I have Train Dreams. I don't know if you've heard. Have you heard of this?
I've heard about it. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. With Joel Edgerton. It was pretty charming and profound, and I think it looked really good. And some really great performances. Elio, my most surprising of the year. Said enough on that. Cloud. This is a Kiyoshi Kurosawa movie. He made like Cure and some other movies. I forget what the names are. But Cure is like the most notable. I've never seen any of his movies, so this is pretty cool. It's about this guy is a reseller. He like scalps and resells items, and then these people that he scams, because he also like sells like fake knockoff stuff. These people that get scammed by him start to build like this, like, I hate this guy webpage, and then they try to, or they, essentially kidnap him and attack, like try to kill him, because of all this. And it was a really interesting movie. It was very like, I didn't notice this until like maybe like towards the end of the movie. There's like no music or sound or score or anything. It's very quiet and very slow. And I thought it was pretty cool. So
Okay.
Cloud. Number 7 is The Smashing Machine by Benny Safdie with The Rock. Number 6, Outside Looking In, Frankenstein.
Wow. Okay.
Well, why don't we just go tit for tat here?
Let's go tit for tat, Mike.
Number 5,
Shall
Ryan,
I start?
On you.
Superman. I liked it a lot more than I anticipated me liking it. There's a lot of ideas in it, and we talked through some of it as I was watching. I was like, they cram a lot of movie in here, and that was one of my worries going into it. But I think everything is quality. It doesn't really become a big flaw of the movie. Like there was a whole storyline. Oh, Superman's parents actually sent him here to destroy humanity, and then like by the third act, you're not even thinking about that. Like it was kind of a footnote in the story, and it feels the most like a comic book in the different characters, in the zaniness in a sense to it, but also narratively, there's just so much stuff that they're pulling from the past, from the present, and the future, and some things seem like unfinished, but it's part of, but you're just looking at part of the mosaic. You can just kind of have to look at it like that,
Yeah.
like this is a microcosm of the world that they're living in. And I texted you. I thought that the conversation between Superman and Lois at the start was one of the best scenes I've seen in a
Yes.
comic book movie.
Fantastic.
Yeah, and it just because when they get into the morality and the ethics of what they're doing, and it's an analogy that applies to the real world in so many ways.
Yeah, and
So
I kind of like how he shows his kind of like non-human or a non-earthling side, where like us on Earth. Obviously, he was raised on Earth, but like Earth, we're conformed to like just rules and society and
mm,
social norms, and she's just he's just like, why wouldn't I help these people? People were going to
yeah,
die. What, like,
mm,
why? I don't understand,
yeah,
and you're like, oh well, you're crossing over borders and causing like global issues, and he's just like,
yeah,
well, I was just trying to save people. Like, this is like a
yeah.
stupid conversation, but yeah, I will say, like, I think Superman has more life and like hope in like the movie sense than anything the MCU has done in a long, long time. So
No, I agree. Like they are looking up. This I think this was a very good start. I thought and yeah, I think everyone was good in this too. He was good. The Bunk was good in this movie as
oh, the
Perry
bunk.
White. The Bunk was great. And you believe, and Rachel Brosnahan as Lois Lane was very well cast.
Oh,
Like
she
you
was
believe
great
there.
too. Yeah.
Yeah, their back and forth was really good. As we said, Lex Luthor just fell a little flat for us.
Hmm.
But like it's I my introduction to Superman was through the Crypto cartoon.
Really?
So to see Crypto in this movie was really cool, and again, it leaned into the fun side of Superman and all
Yeah.
that stuff. So I had a good time with it.
Yeah.
So I'm no complaints from me.
Great. I like it. My number 5 is Wake Up Dead Man.
Mm,
Um, I think like I said, I prefer these over the other Benoit Blanc sagas,
hmm
and I think what I like about this one the most might be the fact of what Jack O'Connor's do. Is that his name? Jack O'Connor or Josh O'Connor?
That sound Josh,
Josh.
I
I
think
said his
that
name
sounds
Jack
right to me.
O'Connor wrong before when I was mentioning the Mastermind, but Josh O'Connor.
But-
I think he's great,
Mm,
and I like. I noticed this. So right now I'm reading the Da Vinci Code.
okay.
I never read any or seen anything about the Da Vinci Code, but I didn't know like the main character is just like in like the author has all these other books. The main character is in all these books, but you don't get a lot of like characterization and like story for the main characters for like Benoit Blanc in these recurring roles, or like James Bond or Robert Langdon in these books and movies. You get it from the people they meet in these
Mm,
situations. Like
yeah.
the woman that in the book that he's rolling with right now, you're getting much more characterization and backstory on her than him, and you get so much more characterization and backstory on Josh O'Connor, and I love it. I like his story of faith and
Mhm.
what it means to be a priest. He was like he killed a man in the ring. He was seemingly like this troubled guy, and like he found like kind of a little bit of salvation through faith, and um, he's like trying to figure out or he's trying to remind himself why he got there in the first place when he's dealing with like Josh
Mhm.
Brolin, and you think he's like this corrupt priest, and these movies you don't really care about. I didn't really care about the mystery or how it went down or whatever or who done it. I care about the story of the characters. You
Mm,
know.
yeah, and that makes it you care all the more. And that was one of the reasons I didn't really care about any of the dynamics that were going on. Everyone kind of felt like a caricature to me, and and in this one, they all feel very real in different ways. There were a couple of them that I don't think they did as good a job at like playing them into the story. Like there was the guy who was like the writer who was really paranoid. I feel like he was just there to be there as like kind of a red herring, I guess. But
it's just to
but
add another name into who it could be.
Yeah, but I mean, I think one of my only other gripes was like when they go and they explain everything that happened. Like they like it was a good like explanation and not twist, but kind of reveal of what happened. I think they thought the reveal was a lot more mind blowing than it really was, though. Of like, but how it all laid out and how it happened was it was really cool. And like you said, I think more so than at least Knives Out for me, I was able to look at the main character here and like really like kind of identify with them and like move with them through the story.
Yeah.
My Quattro. Mission Impossible. Yeah, talked about it already. Really, it's just a really, really solid action movie. Like, and they just don't make them like this anymore. The scale and size of this production, and it's a fun time. These movies always have good comedy in them. They know how to have really fun action sequences and banter and creative action sequences. So Mission Impossible, the Final Reckoning, potentially the farewell.
Potentially, yeah.
Most likely not.
Maybe I'll catch up to those one day, but we'll see. My number 4 was Martini Supremi. I kind of went into this thinking this could dethrone every single movie I had up there. It didn't quite get that.
It's a lot of hype. A lot of hype.
Marty Supreme, Timothée Chalamet was fantastic, as I said. I mean, I think it's a great movie. I think the ping pong scenes are so cool, even though there's not that many, actually. It's less about the ping pong, obviously, with, I guess you could kind of figure that it's more about what he does outside. I really like his dynamic, his character, character dynamic between him and I am blanking on every actor and actress's name.
Odessa? That one you already named?
Pepper Potts. Who plays Pepper Potts?
Gwyneth Paltrow.
Gwyneth Paltrow.
Pepper Potts.
She's this like retired, semi-retired, kind of like how she is right now. This like semi-retired actress who is like just trying to make it back. She's like doing like kind of like how Birdman, where he's like this big actor and then he's doing like this show to kind of like get back in it a little bit. So she's like doing that, and then she like their paths cross one way or another, and he's obviously like she obviously like thinks like he's just like this like kind of like kid that's way too young for me, and I would never want to think of I'm like this big time actress. Why would I ever waste my time? But like he's like this very like charming person, and he charms her in a way. And I really like their dynamic every time they're on the screen together. I think it's really good. I think where this movie... also worth noting, the shark from the Shark Tank. What's his name again? Kevin O'Leary. He's great. He plays like this rich... He's married to Gwyneth Paltrow's character, and he plays like this rich guy who tries to like make a business deal with Timothée Chalamet for like for his business and for his recognition. And he's fantastic. He like, more or less probably plays who he is in real life. And it was fantastic. What I think loses me a little bit is the first part of the movie is him like playing through this tournament. And he's like, you can clearly tell he's like the best. He's like the best guy around. He's the best around. Nothing's ever gonna bring him down, And there's this new guy also in the mix from Japan, who's like doing this new weird style. He's got this weird paddle, and in this tournament, the guy from Japan beats him in the end, and you could tell obviously that's like a big hit to his self-esteem as he thinks he's the best. But there's a chance for a rematch because there's a Japanese tournament a little down the line. But he needs the money to fly to Japan. So after that first part of the movie, we are spending about an hour and a half of him just trying to get this money somehow. It feels like we get nowhere eventually. It's just like we're getting nowhere, bro. Like it got to the point where I'm like, come on, you know, like. And there's also this weird thing where a lot of the story is moved forward by a lost dog.
Okay.
And it's kind of like a MacGuffin in the
Okay.
sense, and it's a little strange. And I wish the dog was a little less of a part of the plot than it is, but other than that, it's my top four. Obviously,
Okay.
I love it, and
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
great, and it has like a strong, inspiring connection. Um, even though Marty's a bad guy and people get hurt and get swindled and um, die when they cross his path. Not that he kills anyone, but he does stuff
Yeah.
that causes trouble. And yeah, Marty Supreme is fantastic. Sorry for the rant.
Nice. No. No worries. No worries. I think it's a testament to, there was. I think about the Coen brothers, and they split around, I don't know, 2020, 2021. They've each made movies, I think, and just like they've really fallen off the map. And like even their last two movies they did together, the Coen brothers did, like they weren't big hits. They didn't get a lot of recognition critically or commercially. And I mean, here we have the Safdie brothers who split, and one in the same year, one does Smashing Machine, one does Marty Supreme. Like that's a real testament to them. I
Yeah,
think so. I just wanted to throw that in there, but
you can see
I
who
never.
like where like the movies that they are together, who's pulling from where.
Okay,
Like
that
okay,
would be an
so
interesting
Marty
practice.
Supreme
Look
is
at
like
that.
Josh Safdie does like these high anxiety,
Mm,
suffocating movies. And then Benny Safdie does these like or beats, and Benny Safdie does these like more character studies.
mm.
So it's cool seeing how they like where they
They
both
fill in
came
each
into
other's gap.
place, like in
Mm,
Uncut Gems and Good Times or
mm.
whatever else they did.
My number three, we have Frankenstein for me, a
Mm,
movie that the book I read junior year of high school come to life. One of my favorite books of all
I've
time,
never read
really.
it. I gotta get around to that.
This is by far the most accurate to the book that I've seen. Because like the 1930s version is good for what it is. It's that campy kind of old school Hollywood horror movie, but it's
Mm-hmm.
next to nothing like the book. The version in the 90s with Kenneth Branagh, which was fine, a little closer to the book in some ways, but not particularly. This was so much like the book. And they switched some things around. Like Christoph Waltz's character isn't in the book, but he's kind of a placeholder for a couple other characters that were in the book. But it all works great. Oscar Isaac's a great lead who carries you through it, but he's not too much. He's not too little. He's just right. Like I've mentioned before,
He is
Jacob
great.
Elordi was fantastic as the creature. I thought all the stuff with Mia
Also great.
Goth was good. They didn't give her too big a role either, because I was worried when they cast her. I didn't know if they were gonna like make her like her role too big and she'll like take away from the relationship between Victor and the creature, but she only complimented.
Mm-hmm.
And like I mentioned with Del Toro's direction, massive sets. You feel the size of everything that's going on, and even like stuff that seems over the top. And the only thing I'll say is sometimes it's a little on the nose with the metaphors and the allegories, but you know, whatever. It's a Netflix movie. They had to dumb it down for some people, I bet. Beautifully shot too. I think there's some like especially some of the shots towards the end with
I
in like the frozen landscape.
yes, I was
Oh
about
my
to say all
god,
the stuff on the ice
yeah,
is
so
great.
good, so good. And yeah, Jacob Elordi showed like this was phenomenal from him. So it's a great movie all around. This is what Frankenstein's supposed to be. Like I feel the same way like when Greta Gerwig made Little Woman, it was like, all right, like she did it. You can stop making them now.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I feel about Frankenstein. It's like, okay, you don't need to try to make another Frankenstein movie in the traditional sense.
Yeah.
But
My number three. So first of all, my race was the tale of three movies, and
yeah. Mm,
maybe ultimately the tale of two movies because my three.
okay.
I rewatched all three of these the span of a few days. And my 3 is certainly my 3, but doesn't mean it's not any. It doesn't mean it's not a great movie, because it is.
Yes.
And that is The Phoenician Scheme, by Wes Anderson. And I don't understand the lukewarmness consensus on this one, especially as someone who really didn't like Asteroid City. Like, I really enjoyed this one.
Yeah, you didn't really like French. I mean, I don't think anybody really liked the French Dispatch that much, but you didn't really like French Dispatch either, right?
No. But,
yeah, that one didn't grab me either. I liked Asteroid City quite a bit, and I liked Phoenician Scheme too.
I thought the Phoenician Scheme was excellent. Like, there was a little bit there where I thought this was going to be my favorite movie, and then I rewatched them all. I was like, maybe number 3. And I think Benicio del Toro is amazing. I think Michael Cera and Wes Anderson are it's just a match made in heaven.
Yeah.
I love the story of like him taking along his daughter, and you kind of get the sense that he's like a bad person in his business, but when you start to like follow along with him, you realize he's not actually a bad person. And
the same with how he kind of behaves with all the sons.
Yeah, exactly. Like he like takes in these sons, and he gets the son a crossbow because he wants a crossbow, and stuff like that. And he said like, oh, I really wanted to be a father towards you, to the daughter. Yeah, and I really like the heaven sequences.
I was just gonna say that I love those.
Yeah. So I think that it's kind of like a look into his subconscious. And seeing he's like really trying to be a good person, and he's just kind of like getting everything's coming out of him through his daughter, and I really like their dynamic together. And this movie is actually this might be one of the funniest Wes Anderson movies in my opinion. I think this movie's hilarious. The basketball scene is amazing. I really like when he's getting his blood transferred from, and I'm blanking out on another name. The guy that played Gordon in the new Jeffrey Wright.
Oh yeah.
And the daughter slaps him, and the camera turns. And you see Jeffrey Wright just standing and then it happens a couple more times. I just think that's hilarious. There's also a moment where, he's telling the daughter that he's going to sign everything towards her. And he goes, your life is going to be very different now. And she just kind of goes, it's kind of, yeah. It's just,
and that was good to mention her for Best Supporting Actress as well. She was very good in this.
Yeah, she was great. I like the end fight with Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yes, that was great.
Bar. That was great. Yeah, I love this movie. I think it's fantastic. Bill Murray's God. I mean,
yeah, great.
Bow down.
Bow down. Before I come to your side. My number 2, I have Sinners. I think we've mentioned enough. Just a fantastic original movie, and you've mentioned the sequence earlier of where the music connects people through generations, past and present, in different parts of the world. That sequence was magical.
Yeah.
That was absolutely fantastic.
This is also my number 2, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So I guess we have the same number 1, but anyway, go on.
Yeah. And even just as a baseline, you can just watch it as hey, I like vampire movies. You're going to love this movie. It's awesome just in the most basic sense, but then also there's all the technical marvels with the Michael B. Jordan stuff. I love the aspect ratio change throughout the movie. And I love the nice little epilogue at the end as well. They didn't need to have that in there where, they go to him many years later and they talk to him and he's like, nah, I'm good. Don't worry. And it creates that weird relationship where they feel like they're helping him out. They're offering him a service.
Yeah.
And they feel like they're doing him a solid, but he's like, don't worry about it. So
Yeah. Sorry. I think what I like about the faith aspect is really good. They're coming to him and trying to see is he finally gonna give in and trust us instead? And then there's also like his dad wanting him to be like this, like up, this perfect vision of a Catholic or a Christian. Um, but then his faith lies in the music. The music.
Yeah.
The music saves him. The music saved him when he hit the guitar over Remy's head. So he sticks to the faith of the music throughout his entire life. I think that's great.
Yeah. I will say I was laughing. I went to Disney World in November, and on Tiana's Bayou Adventure, it was the first time I had ridden it, and on it, the whole like kind of story as you're going on the ride is she has to like find people to play in her band because she's throwing a party that night. And I was like, this is the first act of Sinners. Yeah. I was like, this is the first act of Sinners. She has to find all these people to go to the party with. But no, I mean, it's just great all around. There's like nothing, like there's no real flaws with it. Like,
yeah. I saw this in theaters.
Oh, nice.
And I think this is like where I really started to really like it. Where it was a great theater experience. My theater we were all like just tuned in, like everyone was reacting, gasping, laughing, and I'm like thinking like this movie is bringing back the blockbuster. Like this is a blockbuster right here,
Yeah, it was a great success box office wise too.
And people are digging this thing, and it's original. It's original material. Taking on the story of vampires, but it's original.
Yeah,
and it's just, oh my gosh, this movie's so great. The music, the score, it really is fantastic. All the characters are compelling and enjoyable. I love this movie. I love it like I think any given day, ask me what the top movie of 2025 was. It could be Sinners.
Yeah,
the answer could be Sinners.
That's fair. But it's not today.
Welcome everyone to the One Battle After Another podcast. My name is Michael Freer.
Ryan McNeil. All my awards went to it almost, so you could probably anticipate that that's where we were going. I'm not sure what else to add. We talked about how tremendous it was and manic it was, the performances, the direction, the humor. I mean, honestly, it had a lot of funny moments in it.
My favorite, I think the funniest moment was, again, when her and Sean Penn are face to face, and they're like doing like this little like, and he goes, "Oh, little father-daughter dance, you're making up for lost time." Or when they're in the car and she like says, "Oh, my mother was a rat," and he goes, "Don't disrespect your mother. You should have respect for your mother and your father." It's so funny.
My favorite was between the two of them was when like they're waiting for the results of the test. She just goes, "Why's your shirt so tight?" And he goes, "I'm not gay, if that's what you're asking."
First of all, his biceps were popping, dude.
Dude, he's huge in this movie. He's huge. But the one I guess I'll call it a flaw. It was just unnecessary. It wasn't even a flaw, really. Okay. So the guy goes and he kills Sean Penn. I thought he goes and he kills Sean Penn in the van.
Mm-hmm.
And then they have this whole scene where he's in that office. And it's like, oh, then they just bring him in the room and they gas the room and he dies there. I was like it was a neat kind of scene to show their capabilities. But like that whole time I felt like it was the same person killing him too. It was that organization killing him no matter what.
Why would he go back to them, kind of?
Well, yeah, potentially. Why would he go? I guess it shows how desperate he is that he could be shot in the face by one of these guys, and he's still like, "Let me explain myself." But to me, it just felt like the guy with the shotgun on the street, he shot him he went out that way, let him go out that way. I don't think we needed that whole other or that second half, but it just felt unnecessary. It's not a flaw. Like I don't have a problem with it.
I don't have it. It's not a 5 for me. It's not a 5.
I gave it a 5.
And I'll tell you what, I'm not crazy about the first act. I was saying like they complement each other, but like I'm actually not crazy about the first act.
Interesting. I mean, it doesn't feel as it feels a little generic more so, I guess. You know, you kind of feel like it's kind of a, you know, it's hitting the beats of a heist movie almost, but
I think something
but
that's
you know, I
like,
mean, it gets going in the middle,
yeah.
man. I mean, like the Del Toro
Well, I think
stuff, like
it's go from the get go, but if something,
yeah, in terms of pace, yeah.
just something that like this is like a nitpick, but
Hmm.
the Perfidia Beverly Hills character, she's like
Mm-hmm.
this, you know, big revolutionary, high profile. Like, you know, when they catch her, they obviously know who she is.
Mm-hmm.
And then she, you know, she's doing very dangerous things that, you know, people like this wouldn't be living a normal life. And then she's just kind of like sitting in the living room of her parents, who are very normal people. I'm just like, that's, I don't know. Like, I
Yeah.
feel like it's a little
No, I
weird.
feel you. I feel you.
Does that make
It's
sense? But,
yeah.
um,
I was talking with one of my coworkers, and he brought up a good point where he was like, they do a good job of like kind of keeping it universal in how there isn't a lot of like stuff of the times. Like they don't like you could kind of tell me like it's obviously I think it takes place in the present day because I
yeah.
believe Leo has a smartphone at the end of the film, but like for a lot of the movie, you could tell someone it's the present day. You could tell them it's 2008, 1998. Like you know, they do a good job of making it seem kind of universal, and I bet it's going to be looked back at one of those movies of like it's of the times, but in a good way. You know, like we look back at a lot of those 60s and 70s counterculture movies. I think this is going to kind of fall into that category as time goes on.
Yeah. You know, and I can't really like specifically say why don't I'm not crazy about the first. I don't know. I wasn't crazy about it in the theater. I didn't really start liking the movie until after that.
Okay.
And when I rewatched, I was like, I'm not crazy about
Mm.
this either. Again, but
Still number one.
it's yeah, I think it's still number one.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, how couldn't you put this one at number one? It's just
Yeah.
like every character that comes across the screen is
Yeah.
amazing. Benicio del Toro, oh my gosh, when he's getting
Yeah.
pulled over, he's doing that little dance. He goes, "Oh,
Yes.
I've had a few small
Yeah.
beers." You know, that's hilarious.
So good. Yeah.
Um,
And the fact it's kind of like we were talking about with Prisoners earlier today, where I said like I like how this movie like they just let it have a happy ending, and it
yeah,
does. Del Toro gets off. Leo and Willow, right? Is that
yeah,
their daughter's name? They get away and they're fine, and they go back home, and it's a happy ending.
yeah.
Like and I love the ending with America Girl plays, and
Mm,
she's going to like where there's a protest and civil unrest, and it's like it's a good time. Like it's a really fun movie from the comedy to the serious aspects, and the manic nature of it is the best part about it. Like it engages you like very few movies can. So number one for 2025.
yeah, can't say much else. All right,
Well, we're
folks.
gonna pause. The rewind is over. It's time to see what's in the mix.
Looking ahead, maybe
Mm.
answers will lie in this painting.
Oh, I didn't even notice. Thank you for joining us, the apostles.
The apostles. All right, let's get into it. Ryan.
I have so many honorable mentions for some reason. Like I
I
was
have a
looking at
few.
I was looking at 2026 movies, and I was like, there's a lot of movies I'm like rudimentarily interested in that I feel like I just want to mention.
Okay, yeah.
So there's a Cat in the Hat animated movie coming out. I
Oh,
love
that looks good.
I only saw like an image from it or something, but I was like, I think Bill Hader's playing the cat
Yeah, it
too.
looks
He's voicing the
good.
cat. So I was like, I love the Cat and Hat as a kid so much that I was like, I'm excited for that one. The Michael Jackson movie, I'm curious about.
Ugh.
Return to Silent Hill, we talked about.
Okay.
Uh, Clayface, they're making a Clayface movie, and
Hmm.
usually, like we've seen with Sony and the Spider-Man stuff, it's like they try to like make side characters movies and stuff, and it's like we're just gonna get another Venom or something, but Clayface has such an interesting backstory. I'm intrigued because I think it can work as a standalone thing.
Yeah.
Um, Send Help is a Sam Raimi kind of thriller horror movie coming out.
Oh.
Always intrigued. Supergirl, I'm rudimentarily interested. Same with Mandalorian and Grogu, Avengers, Doomsday, the big franchises. I'm curious. I'm not like guaranteed to see it in theaters or anything like that, but I'm curious.
You know,
Toy Story 5, the same.
yeah, I do have Doomsday on the honorable mentions.
Mm.
It was It was gonna make the list actually.
Mm.
I for some reason maybe it's just the hopeless in me, but I keep thinking they might just eventually do it.
Mm.
And I have to be honest. I'm not upset that they brought back Chris Evans. I'm actually excited. I don't care.
I don't know.
They said this
I'm gonna
isn't
wait and
working.
see.
Where we try to do this is not working. Let's just bring him
Yeah.
back. Whatever.
I'm waiting and seeing how they handle it and what they do, because I mean, like, I think they're like Thor. Thor didn't really finish his story, so they're gonna bring
Oh
back
yeah,
Thor, and I bet
there
Thor will
definitely he
die
still
in
need to be in
this.
that.
Yeah, Thor will probably die in this, but like, yeah, it's like we'll see. We'll see, because there's still so much unknown. Like, they're bringing back all the original X-Men,
I
like
definitely
the
think
new
it's like
Fantastic Four,
way
like.
too premature that this movie's coming out.
Oh, 100%. Like, they like in like it's like I mentioned it for years now. It feels like Shang-Chi came out in 2021. Everybody liked it, and we haven't seen Shang-Chi since
I
then.
wouldn't even be
Like,
surprised that if he's not in Doomsday.
yeah, no, exactly. It's like it's just kind of because it's been just chaos about what they're focusing on, that the movie just comes out of nowhere. But Robert Downey Jr.'s Doctor Doom, you have to be intrigued. But anyway,
Yeah, of course.
Greta Gerwig's making Narnia movies. Curious about that. Peaky Blinders: The Immortal Man wraps up the series. The Odyssey, it's Nolan. I've talked to you before. The scale and size of it, I'm very intrigued by, but Matt Damon as the lead, and sometimes these big historical things just don't grab me the same. So that's why it's only an honorable mention.
Well, I mean, it's a fantasy.
What's up?
It's not history.
Well, you know what I mean. It takes place a long time ago. It takes place a long time ago. And my last honorable mention is Disclosure Day. I believe it's like a sci-fi invasion movie of sorts, directed by
I saw
Spielberg.
the trailer for this in Marty Supreme.
Okay.
I couldn't tell you what was going on. It was strange.
Okay, I think it's like sci-fi invasion movie of some kind.
Yeah. I couldn't say it piqued my interest, but
okay, that's my top 5 right there. I mean, that's my honorable mentions.
My honorable mentions are Doomsday, as I said, Time Hoppers, the new Pixar movie.
Okay, yeah.
Super Mario Galaxy, the sequel.
Hey,
Super Mario was great. So let's do it again. The Legend of Aang. This is like the first true sequel to the animated show.
Okay.
So I am absolutely stoked for it. And then Digger with Tom Cruise.
I haven't heard about this one.
Oh yeah, I don't really. I think I don't know what it is, but it's like a comedy. It looks interesting.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise can do comedy. We know that. Oh, and it's by Iñárritu, the guy who did Birdman and Revenant and all that.
I'm pretty sure this is like a remake. I'm not sure.
Okay. I'm very intrigued by this. I didn't even see this was coming out. Okay.
Yeah. I actually thought that was going to be on your list. Anyway, let's
get into it. I must have missed this one. Let's get into it. My number 5, Spider-Man: Brand New Day. For no matter what's happening
That's my number 5 as well.
Oh, look at that. I feel like no matter what's happening with, you can rely on Spider-Man to be
Spidey.
solid. Yeah, and like it seems like this one's even more like I don't know if Spider-Man's even in the Avengers movies coming up, but like maybe he's not going to be in Doomsday, but he's in Secret Wars, I bet, something like that. But no, I feel like this is going to it's turning a page too. I think he's going to be like in college, like no Mary Jane, like they're still running with that storyline from No Way Home for now, which I'm fine with for the time being. So it's going to be something different and cool. Like I'm intrigued by it.
Yeah, I agree. Your number 4.
My number 4 would be a movie that I don't really know anything about. It's called The Drama with Zendaya and Robert Pattinson. Looks like it's just kind of a rom-com between the two of them, but it looks like it's gonna have like some more sentimental moments. So, I mean, I'm intrigued by that.
Yeah.
I think it'll be a good time, and those two as leads is a good combo.
My number 4. Hold on, let me look this up because I don't remember who the lead is, but I think it's yes. Okay, my number 4 is The Dog Stars. This is Ridley Scott's new movie, and it seems like a post-apocalyptic, maybe, and like I think it's like a virus type deal. And it stars Jacob Elordi, Margaret Qualley, Josh Brolin, Guy Pearce, and Benedict Wong. It's original and Ridley Scott, so gotta give her a watch.
Nice. My number 3 is a movie called Project Hail Mary. It's got
That's my number 3 as well.
look at this.
I am very stoked. Have you? I read the book not too long ago.
I did not. I don't know much about this project, but just when I read the synopsis, I was like, "This sounds like it's up Mikey's alley."
The book, first of all, is fantastic.
Okay.
Have you seen the trailer?
Yeah.
Okay, so you know that there's an alien.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's like a big twist in the book.
So
like people are a little, including myself, are a little upset that that's in the trailer, because you kind of don't like expect an alien. You know, I mean, the blurb says, "Oh, he gets some unexpected help," which, like, yeah, okay, but
yeah,
like most of the story is the majority of the book is him. He has no memory of why he's there, and he's trying to piece it together, all while trying to, survive, and he's trying to piece together why he's there, and while trying to survive and figure out the problem. It is a fantastic story, a fantastic book, and I'm very excited. I don't know how good the movie's gonna be. I mean, I think the director is the guy who did Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. I mean, fine movie, but like.
Then now I'm even more excited. Number 1.
Okay, number 1.
My number 2 is making its second appearance on the most anticipated movies of the year list. I have The Bride.
Oh.
I watched the trailer for it. It looks stranger and weirder than I thought it was going to be, because I believe it's like the Frankenstein monster wants a bride. It takes place in like 1920 Chicago or something. I think it's supposed to have somewhat of a comedic tone to it. It's just so, it's like such a bizarre one that I'm intrigued by it. And I just think it's just gonna scratch that weird itch that people have. It's just gonna find that its niche, like in a very good way. And Maggie Gyllenhaal directed, Christian Bale, Jesse Buckley, who is fantastic. So it's in good hands, quite frankly. So I'm looking forward to it.
My number 2, and my way too early prediction for Best Picture is Dune Part 3.
Oh, you think this is going to be like the Return of the King, like the big finale gets all the Oscars?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Especially like Denis Villeneuve, he's like always notoriously snubbed.
Getting gypped for everything. Yeah.
I started the first Dune book before like the first movie was even announced. I got halfway through. I'm a very slow reader. I got halfway through and said, screw it. I'm just going to watch the movies. End of the year, this year, I said, you know what? I'm going to finish the book. I finished the book. It was phenomenal. One of the greatest reads I've ever experienced. And then I decided to read the sequel, which is what this movie's about. And the sequel is a much more condensed story, but it's a very different story. And I don't think people know this. And I think people are still under the impression that this is like new gen Star Wars coming to the screen here. And it is not that. It is this movie is going to be very political and slow, and it's more about, so what it's about, the book at least, is at the end of Dune Part 2 and the end of the first Dune book, he usurps the Emperor, and he's now the Emperor of the universe. This book is 12 years after those events, and there is a group of people trying to plant a conspiracy into his reign, so people start to turn against him. So it's very political, and a little more betrayal. There's more betrayal in the first Dune, but the main antagonist is going to be Robert Pattinson, so that's going to be great.
Okay.
And it's different, but it's Denis. He's going to handle it. He's going to make it great. If it was like if it was like one of these like Star Wars directors, they were gonna, like J.J. Abrams, it would have been a shit show. Like if he was like, oh my gosh, the first Dune is so great, and then people are like, oh, we need a third, and he's like reading the third book, he's like, oh my gosh, how the hell am I gonna make this movie? Then he's got it in the bag, don't worry.
It's Denis.
Yeah, that's my number 2.
That's number 2. My number 1 is the reason I did a little of this earlier. It is Tony, the Anthony Bourdain
Oh,
biopic,
I had no
starring
idea
the
why
young.
you did
I
that. I was like, I
that's
guess
why
he
I took
doesn't. I guess he doesn't want to talk about Anthony Bourdain.
no, no, no. That young man, I completely forget his name.
Dominic Sessa.
What's up?
Dominic Sessa.
Dominic Sessa.
That's the one name I
Just
could
off,
pull out of my head today.
just off based off the holdovers alone, we know he's a tremendous actor, and I can see him playing a young Anthony Bourdain. The hair, the height, his deep voice, and that demeanor of, you know, it's it's
Wait,
a
does this come out this
humility
year?
with a supreme confidence.
This comes out
What's
this
that?
year?
Yes.
Maybe that'll be my movie surrounding cooking and food.
Ooh, that's a good idea. I would switch mine out at that
Yeah, I
point
think I'm
instead
gonna do
of
that.
Jeff. But I love Anthony Bourdain. He's one of my favorite people ever. And I just think he has a fascinating story. His book Kitchen Confidential is a must read, and it talks about a lot of the events that are going to be in this book, because I think most of it is just his young life when he was working in Provincetown, Massachusetts, as a cook, and that's he was learning the trade and learning all the everything that he would need to. Then not just the act of cooking and being a good chef, but the dynamics in a kitchen and working with people and all that stuff that he would apply so many other places in his life. So to see a movie that kind of like visualizes all of that stuff with a great actor. I don't know who's directing. I can direct that now, but that's my number 1. I have the most confidence in that one to be an interesting movie at the very least.
Yeah, I feel like that's one of the more interesting biopics as of late.
Mm.
One, because Anthony Bourdain is such an interesting guy, and 2, because he's not a musician. So
yeah, the music ones run rampant, and we'll see. Fooey. Fuck.
Anyway, whatever. We'll wrap it up.
We're back to the snow. It's so cold out, brother. Your number 1, Mikey.
It's the Odyssey.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one, Chris Nolan. He's coming off Oppenheimer, and it's the Odyssey. I think the Odyssey is one of the greatest books ever written. I love the Odyssey. And I love mythology. I love historical pieces, and that's a blend of the two. And I love the story of the Odyssey. I love Christopher Nolan. I mean, what could possibly go wrong here?
I'm intrigued by it, at least. It's like, I know it's not going to be a bad movie. Like, it's just, and I'm very excited to see just the size of the production, because obviously no one likes to go, doesn't like to use CGI, likes to go fully physical. So it's going to be interesting, just whether it's chips or giant props, like how much of that we see in the movie will be remarkable, I bet. So it's all that. So, and I mean, I have my questions about Damon, but it's the rest of the cast.
Oh, I love Matt Damon.
It's his regulars. I like Matt Damon too. It's him in this role. I'm not.
I think it's
about.
Interesting, I guess, for him to play the lead, being Odysseus. But I don't know. Who do you have, like, anyone else in mind, like off the top of your head, that would have maybe been better?
Hugh Jackman. I can see that more.
That's good.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think actually Matt Damon was fantastic. Well, I mean, Matt Damon's always fantastic, but I thought he was especially great in Oppenheimer. Like, I thought it was a great role.
He was. Yeah, he was great in that.
I think he could do it. This, like, rugged, battle-torn guy. I think Matt Damon could do it.
He just wants to go home. That's the whole story, man. He just wants to go home.
Get me home. All right. Anyway,
that's what's in the mix.
Let's see how our anticipated size stuff. I have pretty high hopes this year.
I think there's some good stuff coming out. I mean, I list a lot of those honorable mentions. Yeah. Like, they're not all going to hit, but I think some of them are really going to hit. And I mean,
at least what was out on the radar so far looks very. There's a lot to pick at.
And I mean, I think about going into this year. I mean, I didn't know One Battle After Another existed. I didn't know Sinners existed. Yeah. I didn't know Wake Up Dead Man existed. Weapons, like, I didn't know any of this stuff was coming out. And they all end up being great movies. So who knows what else is going to come up on our radar that we don't even know about yet. That's the exciting thing about all this.
Yes, sir.
It's the beauty of it.
All
so
right. It is late, my friends.
It is. It's nearly 1 a.m. here, so we must be going.
Thank you for joining us for the 4th annual BTie. We will see you
BTie.
sometime in the future, but the BTies will see you next year.
Next year, and the big 2-7. Can you believe it, folks? But we wish you all a very merry 2026. Keep this stuff in the mix. Keep us in the mix, and we'll keep you in the mix, ladies and gentlemen. I've been Ryan McNeil.
Michael Frieri.
And we wish you all a Heidi. Bye.